Hello everybody and welcome back to the Highlands Fishing expansion. So, we have got the Highland cows here, and I'm not doing the greatest job of looking after them, I have to admit. I've been told by many of my viewers anyway, so thank you everybody. The feedback which you give is always very much appreciated. So, yeah, anyway, we're gonna make sure they're okay. So they need hay, they need water, and I need to make sure they stay well fed and watered until the time is right to sell them. So as you can see, no food. They do have water though. But yeah, this price wants to be like £5,000 and it's currently only £1,300. So really not good at all. So what I need to do, because we've got no food in the forage wagon, is I need to bring some bales across. So I think we'll just move the forage wagon because, well, it might be used in the spring again. I'm not going to get rid of it. But I know it's December, but I think we can still make some hay. I know, it sounds ridiculous, but the weather is fine. It's not wet. If there is still grass to cut, we might as well cut it. Otherwise, it's just going to get wasted. So anyway, first things first, we do have some existing hay bales. Let's get them brought across. We do also have some fish here, which I accidentally changed the wrong setting for, so they didn't distribute. They should have done, but yeah, I changed it for the aqua farm. But I did address that in the previous episode, so that's all set up correctly now. The castle is all work in progress, so we're making the planks and the beams. We're sending them across to the castle construction site. We won't be doing any of that in this episode. I've decided not to do it in every episode because that is just like what I did in Hoot and Pantime, and when you do that every single episode, it just becomes, well, Sawmill Simulator, basically. So we'll only do that when we really do need to do it. Today we're going to be focusing on animals and field work. So anyway, first things first, the animals. Let's get this grass, hay into there. The only thing I wish is that this opening was a little bit wider. If you could put 2 in there, it would be great. But no, my intention is to sell the cows when the price is good. Or in other words, when they've been looked after properly. And then remove this enclosure. And it will either be replaced with a field or a production or a new cow shed. I just can't decide. I don't really want to do cows on this series. I know it's nice to have the Highland cows and everything, but yeah, I don't really want to do cows. And it's not really a flat enough piece of land for productions. I suppose it is at the top here. But I'd much rather just turn this bit into a field. We could get productions in other areas, and to be honest, as I said before, I would like to buy the productions on the map instead of building them. That should disappear, but there is another one. Okay, so now for water. We do have some in the Bowser, but that's going to have to be filled up again. If it empties, I'll fill it up now. Okay, well, I think 1% can probably justify as empty. The sheep have got no food either. Well, we'll come back to the Bowser then, because it isn't empty, even though I said if it's empty. But we do need to fill it up. But the thing is, what we'll do is we'll just create our hay today. We'll make our hay, and then we'll fill it up anyway. So it doesn't really matter if I do it now or if I do it later. We need to go to the fish farm as well with our crates of fish. Hang on. No, abort. Abort! Let's not do that. If I go over to the sheep, we should actually have, I think they're around this side. I still never use them. Yes, some liftable bales. They could probably take the lot, actually. If only that drain pipe wasn't there. Okay, well, these aren't going to amount to much. What are they? Oh, they are 600 litres. That is surprising. They look tiny. So what has that done for our total? Oh, look at that. So close to 100%. Good enough, though. And yes, we do have the wool to sell when the price is at its best, which is not now. It is April. So we need to hold on to them for a bit longer. Okay, so before I go renting stuff, obviously it would be very wise to actually look at the field to see if we do have mowable grass. I think we will have, because I haven't cut it this year, and it is still December, so there's going to be some grass. There's going to be some length to it. Yes, that's good. So we can make some hay. Just look, our weather is fine. It's lovely. It's not all rain in the Highlands. Not all the time, anyway. I shall pop this here. And actually, if I do this in a clever way, I could actually pick up the second mower and get water. Because we own the front mower, I suppose actually it would be wise to buy the rear. Oh no, I won't. No. We'll just rent it. So yeah, I'll take the Bowser down there and we'll pick up the mower. And I'll see you back here. I was almost at the fuel station. I should have stopped to get some diesel, but we're actually not going to be using this tractor for the mowing anyway, because the New Holland is more powerful. Now, I've been having a bit of a think, and also it was triggered by some of the comments I got. Do we actually need the boat? I know it seems like a strange comment, but do we actually need it? It's over £200,000, and we could just set things to auto-sell and auto-distribute. I know it's not as fun, but it's one of those jobs which is kind of repetitive. And if we did get rid of the boat, then we could put the money into other things. Obviously. But no, we could put it into more things. Productions, more machinery. We do need a new combine as well. More land. I just saw a cow teleport. Good grief. Yeah, so do we need the boat? I'm inclined to think we don't. And we can still get out to the fish farm because we can just teleport. Okay. So we might be using this tractor for windrowing and stuff. We will see. Right, okay. Oh, this tractor needs diesel as well. Can you believe it? Well, in that case... we will go down to the store again. And I will rent the tedder and windrower now. It won't cost any more. We won't have to pay hourly fees because as long as it's not being used... and as long as we don't move on to the next month, we won't incur another fee. So I think our tedder size was okay. I don't think we need to... I can't remember which one we had. Do we have this one? We'll go for this one. Boundary spreading system. Again, I don't think we need that. So we'll lease it. And then the windrow, the bigger the windrow, the better, really. Because that's just a fewer swaths we'll have. But it's not a very big field, and this is the one I always go for. Because there's such a gap. Look at that, 19,500, and then the next one is 60,000. Kind of ridiculous. So we are stuck with the same one. I really should just get some different windrowers from ModHub. I never really think about it, actually. I always look at ModHub for different maps, tractors, lorries, but I never really think to look at windrowers. Maybe there's a really good selection. But I am going to be starting a vintage series, a vintage survival series, this side of Christmas, certainly. So stay tuned for that. I'm compiling a list of vintage machinery, and I have seen some. Yeah, I have seen some vintage windrowers. I haven't looked at the modern ones though. But what was it the other day that came up? I think it was a tedder or something. It's just perfect for the series. So we'll be getting that for the new series, which will be starting in, I don't know, a week or two. I haven't decided fully. I want to make sure I get the map right. That is the most important thing. A tractor I can change, but once I've started the series, we're sort of locked into the map. Right, I think we'll be keeping this tractor for the entire series, so we'll go for a full tank of diesel. Whew. Quite an expensive place to get diesel. I suppose that's the thing, we're running on white. We're not running on red diesel. And in the UK you can still run tractors on red, but construction equipment is now all white. It's gone pretty strict, but I'm hardly surprised, without getting political. Well, this young lady here thought she could pull out in front of a tractor, and now she's got a wheel embedded into her car. She seems quite happy about it, actually, surprisingly. It's like, hooray! I've got a wheel in my car. And here we are, finally, we're all sorted. So this is when the time-lapse is really begin. We're going to probably time-lapse every job here. Don't roll away. Yeah, so the clock should not be ticking anymore on those two, as we're not using them. Yeah, I know we can put this on the back and we put the front one on the front. I don't know if that diesel tank there works, actually. I've never really looked at it. I don't think it does, actually, unfortunately. Anyway, you can get placeable diesel tanks. There's our front mower. And let's head up here. Now, actually, I was considering, I don't know how much space we do have in the forest, but I was considering expanding this field. If we took down trees at the edge, we could potentially expand, and we could even come down here actually where these trees are. So if I move my felling operations to up here for the castle, and there's also a windmill actually, but the castle, then that could be beneficial in two ways. We get the wood and we get the land. Although it looks like the map boundary is actually right there, I can see it. But we could go down there. That would be fine. Anyway, steering assist. I think we're all set up okay. Okay, that seems good. Yeah, I'll just go around there and we'll take a look at the scenery. Well, as you can see, there is a little bit of space, but it's not even worth the effort felling those, because the collision, which we can't go past, is probably like halfway between the bank and us. But it does open out down here. So I think that's where we'd go. We'd sort of go diagonally into there. I think it's a good idea. I think we'll do that. But that'll be over a period of time. But yeah, next time I do tree work, I'll be up here. Which actually won't be too long. We won't be too long until we deliver more wood. But we're just not going to move the pallets today. Although, this is probably going to take the entire episode. Step 1 finished, so I don't think we have any more mowing to do, so I will immediately return the mower. It seems ridiculous, but that is really all we needed it for, so here we go. Goodbye, mower. We'll pop the front one in the shed, and we'll pick up the tedder. Yeah, also this grass field doesn't have to be a grass field. We could turn it into an arable cereal crop field or something. I think this track is wide enough to get a combine up. We should have no problem there. Ooh, wow, I got air. Right, okay. And I suppose I might as well just bring everything up. We might as well just get the windrower up there too. The other thing which I would love to do is replace our baler, because I'm pretty sure our baler can only make small bales. Can it not? I need to look at that. But if we are only making 125 centimetres, which I think we are, then that does need to change. So, yeah, let's have a look here. Yep, 125. It's nice to have the Rollant because it's a new baler for the pack. But, yeah, 125 centimetres, not very big at all. And I suppose as we don't have... Oh no, sorry, we do have an auto stacker, don't we? We do have an auto stacker. So we are sort of restricted to round bales. So I think we'll replace it with one that can make the biggest bales. 180 centimetres, that's going to be quite important. Especially when we do baling of cereal crops. I wish we could do this in one pass, have the tedder on the front and have the windrower on the back, but unfortunately, yeah, this tedder won't work in reverse. So we've got to go over the same area twice. Whoops, I'm always doing that. I'm so worried my tedder is going to roll away. Okay, so I think this is slightly wider by like half a metre than the previous one we had. I don't think we're going to notice much of a difference. But there we go. We are tedding. We are making hay in December in the Highlands of Scotland. It's hard to believe, but it's been an exceptional year, clearly. It reminds me, it is December, so we have all of our straw bales to sell, which I have still not done. These are from 2 years ago. I forgot to do them last Christmas, so yeah, this year we're going to sell them. All the Christmas lights are up in town as well. Right, okay, so that is the tedding and windrowing done. We are going to replace the baler. Hopefully, because I bought it fairly recently, we're going to get a good price back for ours, but it wants to do... They can only do 150, amazingly. So it's going to have to be one of these... I always use the same ones, which annoys me a bit, but it's because I'm restricted to them because of the size that I want to make. And I would use that, but it's just completely out of our price range, so... Right. So it is going to be... Well, this one, I guess. We'll buy it outright. But... Oh yeah, let's return these. I think we should probably sell the bales first, before it goes dark. Okay, so they've been very handy. The sprayer is rented. I've been keeping a hold of it, but I probably shouldn't. I probably should return it. But before I do that, I'm in no rush to do it, but before I do it, I need to make sure the sprayer is actually empty. But straight up ahead is our stack of bales. Actually, I think before we do bale the hayfield, I am going to address all of the other things that we have to do. So we'll probably get that field baled next time, but we've got the baler. Next time we go down to the store, we'll sell our baler. Well, we have two balers now. Our old baler. Not that it's old. And where is the best place to take these to? Straw. Yes, the price really is at its best. 151, that is very good, because you can see what the peak is on the chart. 142. And Logistic Centre Railroad. That did say railroad? We tend to call it railway. There. And how do I get to it? Okay, well, I'm sure I'll figure it out. You know, I still haven't tried to go on this bridge, have I? I haven't, have I? I can't believe that. I did go to this island here. And I still need to find all the messages. All the chapters of the book. I found one. But I think we will just get that done in one episode. I'll find out where they all are and get them all picked up. Then we can read the entire book. See what it's all about. We did somehow make it underneath that. I don't know how. The beacons shouldn't have done. I don't think the autostacker will. So we're going to have to back out of here. But we're almost full. Capacity must be 24. Alright, okay. Yeah, no way are those beacons fitting under there. There's just no collision on them. Thankfully. Right, and down to our sell point. We'll take a look at the bridge whilst we're at it. Ah, bad timing. Or good timing, depending on which way you look at it. Little mini roundabout here. I do think this is a very well done map, though. I think Giants have... I think they should be proud of themselves. It's outstanding. There's a few little things which are not 100% accurate for the UK, but overall, very, very good. So there is the bridge, which I'm guessing I can't go on. I think yes. I was going to say there's going to be a collision. Didn't see the red arrows to begin with. Shame, really. Well, imagine if Giants could, right, expand on the map in the future, and it would take you to that new area over there. That would be so good, if they could build up on what they've already created. Hey, I've not actually been here. There's some train carriages. So this is Kinlaig milling. Yeah, hopefully this is the correct trigger for these. It's not a bale trigger, is there? No. Okay, good. So that was 111. Sorry, 111, 11,000 and 7,000. Yes, that would be amazing money. Let's go and take a look at those train carriages. Even got their Christmas lights going up this street light. LED too. Nice, right. It is just 2 carriages just here. Nicely modelled. Got some spare track. Some rubble, which I'm guessing is maybe supposed to be ballast. And the sleepers. Very good. Very good indeed. Yeah, that's the only other thing which is not accurate for the UK. Trespassing on the railway. Like, I've literally just strolled onto it. I think all railway in the UK is fenced off. There's a fence. You certainly would not just be able to go, oh look, a railway, and then walk along the track. Very strict rules here. Very strict. A very hefty fine for trespassing on the railway. Right, okay, so let's go and get the rest of the bales. Okay, so as you can see, we do have 3,636 litres of hay in our original baler. So we're going to have to just fill it up another 20% to get rid of this bale. Otherwise we're going to be losing the bale. We're going to basically throw it away. It'll get deleted when it goes to the store. So we're going to have one different size bale. It's not a problem because we can just pick it up with the front loader and then give it to the cows. But yes, it's going to be very different to all the others. The smallest bale and all the others will be the biggest bales. So here we go. Done. Out you pop. I suppose actually, yeah, maybe I messed up there. I could have just taken it to the cows in the baler. But oh well. Not to worry. We'll be up here with the front loader anyway. So, to the store. So, out with the new. And in with the new. Not something you hear every day. Good. So we are ready to bale hay. Yeah, so anyway, I think what we'll do, like I said, we're going to bale the hay next time, but I think to conclude this episode, I'm just going to take those fish crates to the fish farm, and then potentially next time we can sell the boat, the ship, the barge. I've been told many different things for it. And We'll see. If we do sell it, that's going to be a nice chunk of money back in. Hello, cows. This is all for you. I'm making you food. That's another shortcut I always take. That's where we should do a bit more painting. Which one is it? I always mess up here. I always can never find the correct texture. Oh, I did find it last time actually. Is it that one? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I always take that shortcut. You know, a tree would look good in the middle of there. Just there. I know we don't really have money to burn, but yes, a box elder. Not looking its finest at this time of the year, but in the summer it'll look beautiful. Okay, so there's our trailer. Front loader's already up there. Let's load up and we'll set sail. We'll head out to sea. And yes, when we get out to sea, I am going to just throw them into the trigger. Oh, wow, that was close. Almost lost it. So as you can see, we do still have loads and loads of crates here. We already had a load here before I delivered more. So the production is clearly full. We'll just take a look. Yeah, so these can be deactivated. And that is just, yeah, that's in full swing. Could deliver fish food to here to speed things up, but that would just be another expense. So I think we'll just leave it to it. There's no more crates here yet, but there will be soon. It's still set to storing, we could set to selling. It's a tough one, I don't know. Well, for the time being we can keep it set to storing because we've still got the ship. But as soon as that's gone, we have to auto sell. Okay, thank you so much for watching everybody, hopefully you enjoyed it, and until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.